iSDT x16. They call it a professional dual channel 16S smart charger. It's a lot of words thrown in, but the key thing is professional. And the reason, there's a lot packed into this. It's not cheap. I literally would never use something like this, but there's a lot of people out there that would, that are going to be excited about this. Man, it's 2200 watts. Like, let that sink in. 2200 watts. Now there are some asterisks, like, you know, it is AC only, so you have to plug it into a wall. In order to get the full 2200 watts out of it, it has to be plugged into 220 volts AC. So you're not just going to plug it into your normal outlet and get the 1100 watt per side out of this thing. You can get 800 watts per side if you plug it into a normal outlet, like right here in the office. But regardless, should be a quick video. I honestly don't have a battery that I can plug into this to really dive in and test it. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to show you what it looks like and just go over the features. So let's check it out. Hey, welcome back. I'm TJ. So we are talking iSDT x16, and I said professional charger in the intro. And the reason being, it is a professional charger. You know, if you're in the hobby industry and you're flying RC airplanes, FPV racing drones, things like that, it's not going to be the charger for you. There's higher amperages and lower wattages that's going to get us better results for what we do. Whereas this is a lot of wattage for high voltage batteries. So it is a dual port charger, 2200 watts. Like that's insane. 2200 watts AC. So it means you plug it directly into a wall, 2200 watts. Now the asterisk with that is you have to plug it into a 220 volt AC outlet to get the full 1100 watts per side. If you don't have that, or you're not around an outlet like that, you can plug it into a regular outlet like here in the office, 110 volt. We're still going to get 800 watts per side, which is absolutely crazy. Now that's awesome considering we don't have anything else other than this charger and a power cable to get that capability. It's going to do from 2 to 16S batteries. Now it does have the 18-pin balance connectors on the front, so if you want to go down to a 2S battery, you're going to need an adapter to actually plug into that to get it down to the smaller balance port of those batteries. You're going to do lithium batteries. Now a lot of the chargers we're used to, you're going to do nickel metal hydride, things like that. This is a lithium charger. So LiPo batteries, lithium polymer batteries. You can do the high voltage lithium polymer batteries, but also in this one you have the ultra high voltage. So, you know, regular voltage 4.2 volts per cell, then high voltage would be like 4.35 volts per cell. Ultra high voltage 4.45 volts per cell. And then the cool thing about it is it's 2200 watts continuous. Like you plug this in, it'll run non-stop 2200 watts all day long to charge your batteries, and you know, high output. So if you're out on a movie set or something where you need those batteries charging non-stop, this is literally going to be able to do that for you all day long. And if you're like me, you know, it does have the buttons here, which the buttons feel really good. The menu system in this is not hard to navigate. However, if you're out on a set or doing literally whatever and you're needing your batteries charging and you don't want to spend time actually digging through the settings to get it going, I mean, obviously it doesn't take a lot of time to do that, but you can hook this up Bluetooth to your phone or a tablet and just have it set in there. So you plug your battery in, it's a one-click thing. You push it, it immediately starts doing that. So you can have your presets all in the Bluetooth app. You don't have to click through all the settings here on the actual screen to make that happen. So while I don't have a battery to actually plug into this and just show you, hey, it actually works, we will dive into the settings and kind of go through and let you at least see the menu system. So the way we do that, you have your up, your down on both sides, and then these center buttons. If you hit it, it works just like a typical iSDT charger, where if we push the center button, it's going to give us the information for this right side. If we push the left side center button, same thing. It's going to go through and tell us voltages, wattage, all that for that channel. Now to get into the menu, we hold both buttons, goes in the menu system, and then our typical iSDT menu system here. So the first thing we'll do is I want to change my theme to dark because it makes it easier to see on the camera. And then backlight, just how it sounds, low, middle, high as far as brightness level. Leave it on middle, words are hard. Volume for our beeps, low, middle, high, or off. I always leave this on high, so if I'm not right beside the charger as it's charging, it's going to let me know whenever it completes. We'll go to low for the video. Repeat. This is alarms, so if it's going to yell at you one time or if it's going to keep yelling at you until you come over and turn it off. Language, just like it says. What language do you want the charger to show? Self-test, it will go through and test if it's actually working or not. So calibrations, this is one that I always like to touch on just for the sheer fact that, hey, it can be calibrated. And all it is, you know, obviously it won't let me go in because I don't have a battery plugged in right now. But what it does is allows us to have a battery, and if you have a multimeter that you know works well, you can measure each cell on that battery and then come into calibration and actually tell it, hey, this battery literally is this. And you're going to be able to adjust and fine tune each cell of the battery or of the charger. And then that way, you know 110% that it is dead on accurate. From the factory, I really haven't had any reason to change any of the calibrations yet. So then lock advanced settings, it's just a really cool way to come in and actually lock people out of being able to adjust and change things in your charger. If you have multiple people using it, some are more advanced than others, and this just allows you the ability to kind of lock people out from changing anything. System info just tells you info. And back. Nothing really crazy there, it's just kind of the same system and setup that you would expect from iSDT. And then coming soon through the app, right now, whenever you look at it, it's not available, but soon you'll be able to do over-the-air firmware updates. Until then, you do have the USB ports here on the back that you can just plug it into your computer and do the firmware updates through that way. So if 1100 watts on one side isn't enough for what you're trying to do, you can actually do the parallel synchronous charging with this that iSDT introduced not too long ago, where you tie both sides into one. It's going to allow you to get up to 1800 amps, but instead of having a maximum of 20 amps, you're going to be able to go from 21 to 35 amps. So get you a little bit more current out of it and, you know, speed up the process. And then a few things I do want to touch on before we call this video good is discharge and balance current. So a big thing, obviously, charging batteries. That's what this is. It's a charger. Now it does discharge, it does storage charge. So if you're out of the field doing a job and you get done and you want to go back, this thing is going to be able to storage charge your batteries. It's going to be able to discharge your batteries. I fully stand behind getting an actual discharger to do that. Just because these it works. It does a good job. However, it is limiting. So getting an actual discharger is going to speed up that process. If you're doing this as a job or as a career, you need to have something like that. But while this does work, it is a feature of it, so we will talk about it. So if you do discharge, you're going to get up to 50 watts per side, which is pretty typical for iSDT chargers. Now that is going to give you up to 3 amps discharging per side, which again, if you have a huge battery that you're trying to discharge, 3 amps is going to take a while. Now while it is balance charging, you're going to get 1.5 amps on the balance, which is pretty typical for most chargers these days. That's a real down and dirty overview of the iSDT x16. Just going over the settings, the features, and if you are in the market for it, check it out on buddyrc.com. If they're not stocked yet, they will be soon. And appreciate you guys watching. As always, if you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button, get notifications coming so you can see when we show off products like this. And otherwise, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.